Hogs by 4, 5.5 seconds to play. Barrett into the front court, deep three, right side, no good. Rebound, Malik Ewan, and Arkansas's won this ball game. What a gutty win on the final day of the regular season in overtime. The Razorbacks make it a season sweep of Mizzou, 88-84, the final score. Hogs win it.
This is Hog Reaction, presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, your locally owned Arkansas alumni-run Razorback headquarters. Find Nike, Champion, Tommy Bahama, Comfort Wash, and more. The largest selection of Razorback gear south of the North Pole. Visit 989 South Razorback Road or shop anytime at shoponrazorback.com.
Billy Richmond to the other end, a dunk and a foul.
Hog Reaction is also presented by Sawyer, Sunrooms, and more. When you want to expand your outdoor space and think you can't afford it, give Buzz at Sawyer's a call. Locally owned and making quality affordable since 1990. Sunrooms, patio covers, concrete, and more. Sawyers-sunrooms.com. Hog Reaction postgame show is fueled by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue. Real Texas barbecue. Brisket, ribs, and sausage smoked slow, served fast. Swing by Rudy's in Fayetteville and taste the tradition. Rudy's Barbecue. Real barbecue. Real good. This is Hog Reaction.
I'm young enough to not need any heart palpitation medication at all, but boy, I could have definitely used some today. Arkansas storms into Missouri without the work and the help of probably the best point guard in all of college basketball this year, D.Acuff, and they knock off the Missouri Tigers 88-84 in an overtime thriller. Nice little get back from dropping one that you should have probably won in overtime against Alabama the last time I was in here. But nonetheless, the Razorbacks finish off the regular season with a win on the road against Missouri without their best player. And boy, that's a nice feel-good win going into the SEC tournament and to the big dance in which you've already locked up your spot. I'm Colton Little here tonight on Hog Reaction. We're going to have Matt Jones along in just a minute dealing with a couple of technical difficulties, but we'll get Matt on the phone here coming up. This is Hog Reaction tonight. We're brought to you by Sawyer, Sunrooms, and more, the Stadium Shop on Razorback, and Rudy's. Real Texas barbecue and country store. Rudy's Country Store and Real Barbecue. Here we're here on Hog Reaction tonight. Folks, that was an absolutely exciting game, and we would love to hear your thoughts on it today. 877-377-6963 is the phone number to get with us here. Myself, Matt Jones, and just a little bit, Ashton's in there pushing the buttons for me, as always. Appreciate you. My dad's actually here over my left shoulder watching me as well. He thinks I can't see him recording me doing this, which is just going to make for a great conversation later on. Appreciate that. He's a big fan, as I know everybody is, of the Arkansas Razorbacks and D.Acuff, who got things going today in absolutely fantastic fashion. They started out hot, kind of made things a little bit interesting there near the middle part of the game, but folks, as we all know, the Razorbacks eked out a win today against Missouri 88-84, and you have to feel really good because you did it without D.Acuff. DJ Wagner had a fantastic game today as well in his absence, handling the majority of the primary ball-focused duties, and he finishes the game with a good stat line as well. He played 45 minutes, which is what a lot of these guys had to do, including Malik Thomas as well, who had probably the best stat line of his career. He was 5 for 6 from 3, and that was one of the big points of today's game, was the fact that it was absolutely perfect for a little while there beyond the arc from Malik Thomas. And so he has had a moment today as well, which you kind of were hoping was going to happen, was that Malik would have a moment whenever the other superstar freshman Acuff was out. He's been kind of playing second fiddle to him all season. He's not quite gotten the same amount of accolades or national coverage, and we don't really talk about him nearly as much as we do about Acuff. But today he came in prepared and had 28 points, and he was all over the place. And it was a really exciting game to watch. If you were just a regular college basketball fan and you just happened to turn your television on at 11 a.m., that was going to be a really, really entertaining game for you to watch all the way through, because it was absolutely entertaining. I mean, there was lead changes after another lead change after another lead change, and man, for Arkansas to come out on top, Nick Pringle fouling out, Billy fouling out there at the end, Seeley having to come in and weather the storm and play big minutes right there. You have to be really proud of this Arkansas Razorback basketball team, and we want to know your thoughts and your opinions here on Hog Reaction. Call us, text us, 877-377-6963 is the phone number to get with us here. The Razorbacks are looking to storm into the SEC tournament. They are going to be no better than a 2 seed right now, and because of today's victory, no worse than a 3 seed. So you need a little bit of help from Auburn tonight to potentially knock off Alabama. That could move you up that seed line if everything else works out. But really, the rest of the day is just about watching what else is going on around the SEC, so we know how that tournament bracket is going to look starting next Wednesday. You get the benefit of getting that double bye no matter what. So while everybody else is starting out on Wednesday and Thursday, you'll be traveling on one of those days, and you'll be getting to rest, which was what D.Acuff did today. We want to get some opinions on that as well. A little bit of a load management day for D.Acuff. We heard about that yesterday afternoon. John Rothstein, Seth Greenberg, they broke that story from Fayetteville, and whenever I heard that, I thought, okay, so they're probably going to pay the patsy today and not exactly go in there into Como and try and do their best. But Scott Mace here chiming in on our Facebook feed. He says the Hogs look so good today. They never once lost their composure, and that's kind of the big story of how they got that win today against Missouri. We're going to take a short break right here so we can get things timed up exactly. Make sure we can get with our superstar Matt Jones here in just a minute. But this is Hog Reaction tonight. We're brought to you by Sawyer, Sunrooms, and more. Your source for sunrooms, patio covers, and concrete. Hey, how about this March Madness? You relax, unwind, and get that quad box going with every game from your brand new state-of-the-art sunroom. It doesn't matter what the other team says. If they try to give you an offer, give Buzz at Sawyer's Sunrooms and more a call. He's been making quality affordable for over 30 years. Sawyer's is a family-owned business serving the River Valley and Northwest Arkansas. You don't want to be shocked by somebody else's prices. Let Sawyer's know how to make quality affordable. Visit Sawyers-Sunrooms.com. We're also brought to you by the Stadium Shop on Razorback. It's locally owned by a proud family of Arkansas alumni. The Stadium Shop bleeds Razorback red and carries the largest selection of Razorback gear south of the North Pole. They've got it all. Nike, Champion, Tommy Bahama, Comfort Wash. If it's Razorback, they've definitely got it. It's the best place for you to get all of your Omaha's gear later on this summer, hopefully, and all the best March Madness merch coming up soon. Stop by 989 South Razorback Road, just down from Bud Walton Arena, or shop anytime online at shoponrazorback.com. The Stadium Shop on Razorback, where Hog fans gear up and game day never ends. It just doesn't get more Razorback than the Stadium Shop. And we are fueled this evening on Hog Reaction by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue. Whether you're headed to the Bud or watching from home, you got to make sure Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue is part of your game plan. 100% wood-fired with real oak, no shortcuts, just that true Texas-style smoke that keeps you coming back for more. They've got awesome deals on family meals right now that will be perfect for your bracket watch party. It's Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, real Texas barbecue, right here in Hog Country at 4084 West MLK Jr. Boulevard here in Fayetteville. This is Hog Reaction, bringing you all the news from the exciting win today against the Missouri Tigers. We'll have Matt Jones with us in just a minute here. You guys stay tuned. Back in just a minute here as the Razorbacks head into the SEC tournament on a high note.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, Sawyer, Sunrooms, and more, and by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue.
Hey Razorback fans, Matt Jones here. We're all experiencing higher prices on just about everything, and that includes sunrooms, patio covers, and windows. If you've gotten an estimate on any of these projects and you were shocked by the price, then you need to call Sawyer's. They've been making quality, affordable products for 35 years. They're local, they have 100% financing, and a beautiful showroom with all their products displayed. So give my buddy Buzz a call or check them out, Sawyers-Sunrooms.com.
Game day, work day, or any day, Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue has you covered with 100% oak smoked meats served by weight so you get exactly what you want. Hosting a crew, Rudy's group meals are perfect for parties, office lunches, or tailgates. 3 meats, 3 sides, all the fixings, and yes, even a tablecloth. And don't forget breakfast tacos every morning until 10 a.m. Made to order, or they've got grab and go for the whole team. Visit Rudy's at 4084 MLK Jr. Boulevard in Fayetteville. Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, smoking good every time.
Selling your home doesn't have to be stressful, not when you work with Tara Limbird and the Limbird Real Estate Group. With over $1 billion in real estate sold, Tara's team knows how to make the process simple, successful, and even enjoyable. They can provide you with a cash offer in 72 hours, or you can use Tara's high-octane marketing and sell your home for thousands over asking. When it's time to buy or sell, trust the team that delivers results. Go to LimbirdTeam.com. LIMBIRD.
Financial planning is not one size fits all. At Mach 1 Financial Group, we believe in a team-based approach and are happy to collaborate with your attorney, CPA, or other trusted professionals to ensure your financial plan is well coordinated and aligned across all areas. To work with a financial advisor today, visit Mach1FG.com. Mach 1 Financial Group, LLC is a registered investment advisor located in Rogers, Arkansas. A copy of Mach 1's current written disclosure brochure is available through the SEC website and at disclosures.mach1fg.com.
Well, it's 2026, and with the warm winter we've had, spring weeds are coming soon. Now's the time to sign up with Lawn Pride of Northwest Arkansas and lock in the best deal on your 2026 lawn care plan. Sign up for 7 or more services by March 1st and get the first application free. The Lawn Pride team knows Ozark soils inside and out, providing expert weed control, fertilization, and aeration to keep your yard healthy all year long. Be the envy of your neighborhood when that spring green up hits. Call 479-241-2180 or visit lawnpride.com/Northwest Arkansas today.
Precision Garage Door features the finest quality materials, installation, and service for all your garage door needs, including garage door repair and new garage doors and openers. Fully licensed and insured with the largest showroom in Northwest Arkansas at 1907 Town West Drive in Rogers and in Fort Smith at 416 North 10th Street. Call Precision Garage Door today at 844-PDS-DOOR or check them out online at PrecisionDoorNWA.com. Financing is available. Precision Garage Door, voted best garage door company of Northwest Arkansas and the River Valley.
The Hustler Pro Sales Event is happening now at WT Equipment. Save 20% or more on select commercial mowers, plus fleet savings from Hustler Turf Equipment before the season kicks into high gear. Fully stocked with commercial and residential Hustlers, ready for crews and homeowners alike. Built to handle long days and tough jobs. Upgrade your fleet or your lawn at WT Equipment today.
20 years strong and still cheering on our Hogs. Signature Bank of Arkansas is your hometown team when it comes to banking. Whether you're running a small business, buying your first home, or raising the next generation of Hog fans, we've got your back. With local decisions, personalized service, and smart financial tools for every stage of life.
I'm going to be an MVP.
That includes young investor accounts perfect for future MVP. Signature Bank, strengthening connections through every interaction. Visit Signature Bank and let's win together. Signature Bank of Arkansas is an equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Hey y'all, it's Melinda at Fantasy Sports Cuts, and baby, that hair is looking like an air ball. We need to talk. It's time for a rebound. We're the sixth man in your grooming game, serving up dirty fades, dangerously clean beard lines, and cuts so sharp they should come with a warning label. Whether you're looking to score downtown or lock it down at the office, we'll make sure your look is nothing but net. Stop cheating yourself with basic barbers. Come see us at Fantasy Sports Cuts, and we'll set you up for an easy bucket. Fantasy Sports Cuts at Mission and Crossover in the Harp Shopping Center.
When you're ready to ask the question that changes everything, let Swift's Jewelry help you find the ring that says it all. From dazzling diamonds to custom designs that are uniquely yours, Swift's has been creating unforgettable engagements since 1956. Our expert jewelers will guide you through every step of the way so that you can focus on the yes. Swift's Jewelry, your personal jeweler since 1956, in beautiful downtown Fayetteville, where your forever begins.
Weak. The SEC.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
I'm ready to go to the Final Four.
All the Hog Reaction is brought to you by Sawyer, Sunrooms, and more.
I've been riding with them. I've been putting my money on them.
Hog Reaction postgame show is fueled by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, real Texas barbecue. Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
It's Fugazi. Fugazi.
This is Hog Reaction.
When you lose a player like Darius, they knew they had to come together. They were going to have to fight. They were going to have to play for one another, and they did. That's normal stuff. Yeah. But I'm proud of them. Let me tell you, to do this on the road makes us even on the road. In the league, we're 5-4 on the road. Come on.
Come on. Give them Hogs some credit where it's due. They did it with their backs against the wall today without their best player and all of those veterans that you've been waiting all season for to maybe, creep into the spotlight themselves a little bit. They knew that they were going to have to work together, like Cal said right there, coming back, and they did it today. Got a win against a really tough Missouri team that, to be honest with you, can provide a really bad matchup, especially whenever Mark Mitchell, the big man from Missouri, goes for 32 points. There were times in that game where he really had his way down low, and it really took Dennis Gates about a whole like half and then another half of a half for him to figure out what to do with that guy. So Dennis has a little bit to answer for right there. But as always here on Hog Reaction, Matt Jones is here with us, the real reason why you guys are all tuned in. Matt, thank you for joining us here, even if it is by phone. I do appreciate you. That was an exciting one to watch this morning, Matt. A good reason to wake up, and it made some of that morning coffee taste a little bit better when they got off to a hot start, and now it's going to make this afternoon a little bit prettier. How you doing, Matt?
Hey Colton, what's up, buddy, man? I don't know. Technology some days is just weird, but hey, that was what a performance by the Hogs. That was gritty. That was tough. It wasn't easy, and sometimes for whatever reason, one of your better players has to sit down. Everybody else kind of steps up for a game. You're not going to get by with that all the time, but today, man, they were fun. They were fun to watch. Tough and gritty.
Not necessarily addition by subtraction, but I thought this was a really healthy moment for growth for this team. It goes to show that, look, we can go out there and we can score 88 points without a guy that's leading the SEC in both scoring and assists. So a guy that's doing the majority of your offensive output every single night out there, a guy that has an incredibly high usage rate, that is really, really reaffirming. And these guys have gone through a lot on this season. There have been times where it seems like the Razorbacks are a one-trick pony with D.Acuff. Yes, Thomas has been good, but he's never been able to do something that's equivalent to what D.Acuff does every night. Billy's finally coming on. We've only seen TB recently just get to the point where he's coming back to his self. So it was really good to see this Arkansas Razorback team do it without their best player. And Matt, one of the things that we've dogged on this team really all season long for is that they have some less than stellar, maybe milquetoast front court defense. But tonight, when it mattered most, Malik Ewan and Nick Pringle and Trevin Brazil both were able to get the job done in the clutch moments. They did let Mitchell score 32 points down there, and they also had a couple of the other guys from Missouri kind of get their way. Phillips Jr. and that big 7-footer. But Matt, the front court really did lock it down, and by grabbing offensive and defensive rebounds tonight.
How awesome was Malik Ewan making 4 free throws?
Yes, huge
to kind of finish the game. That was so big. Could have went a different way. Yeah, he had a couple boards when we needed him to. Malik had 4 offensive rebounds, and Brazil had 5. I mean, you get that going on in the tournament, and you get your best player playing as well. Malik Thomas shooting 5 of 6 from the 3-point line. That was that's what you wanted to see. I mean, you leave watching that game thinking, man, this team is going to be a tough out. They catch a little lightning in a bottle, and when you have the best player on the court, and most nights they will, especially the first 2 games of the tournament, you got a good chance to win.
Yeah. I think it really all is going to come down to that matchup. The Razorbacks had a bad matchup today. Mark Mitchell was one of the more talented big men and kind of is able to stretch the floor, dribble, move. He can pull up and hit some mid-range shots as well. Not really a dribble type of guy, but he's really skilled with the ball in his hands, long, athletic, and at times the Razorbacks just don't have the defensive prowess to be able to stop players like that. And Mitchell did get his own tonight. He did have 32 points, but when it came down to it, like you said, Matt, it was really nice to see them be able to get those rebounds and as well as have the compliments of Malik Thomas being just absolutely knocked down from outside tonight. Some text here on our hotline. You can call in or text in as well, 877-377-6963. When the game first started, the Razorbacks jumped out to a big 15-point lead. A text here out of the 870 from W in Wicks. He said, Hogs being able to not have their back broken after going from a 15-point lead to then having to go into overtime and still come out with a win, says they don't have any give up in them. And I like that too, and I 100% agree with you right there, W, and I know that you do too, Matt. Matt, you've been in huddles like that. You've been on a lot of that. You've been on a lot of teams. How easy would it have been for a bunch of guys to just say, hey, look, when we're here in overtime, we had a 15-point lead. Are we without our best player? We just had somebody foul out. There's another guy foul out. It would have been very easy to just say, look, we have bigger things. We have bigger picture to play for right now. We could lock this up. I think, does it come down to that what you were talking about kind of earlier this week on halftime where there's competitors and no competitors or non-competitors? And it seemed like today the Razorbacks had a mindset of a competitor. They came in there and wouldn't let anything stop them.
Yeah, they were competing today. That's right. In the voice of Andy Dufresne and Morgan Freeman, it said, I'm sure if you come this far, you wouldn't mind coming a little bit farther. And that's what it's like. You get into overtime and we're going to put forth this type of effort. Why are we going to lay down now? And so this you're just proud to see the smile on their face. You're happy when somebody gets knocked down, your teammate comes and picks you up. This team really is playing for each other, and that's what gives you a little confidence and a little hope.
Incredible Shawshank reference. I'm just sitting there thinking of Morgan Freeman talking Andy Dufresne crawled through 40 miles of whatever that was. And I mean, the Razorbacks had to crawl through their own tunnel of poop today, it seems like, without having to be with D.Acuff. But they got some things done today, Matt, like we've all kind of surmised. It was a really good thing, and it makes you kind of feel warm inside knowing that the Razorbacks aren't just limited to a one-trick pony. They do have more they can give, and it should kind of maybe it's a good thing to have Acuff know, like, look, I need to maybe trust my guys here a little bit more. So I think it's a really good thing for the Razorbacks overall. I was extremely pleased with the outcome today. One of the big things I know that you are always talking about, Matt, you're a big fan of DJ Wagner and just how skilled he is, how much he can impact a game whenever he's really, really on. And although tonight it wasn't like he poured it in from the points department, Matt, he played exceptional defense all night long. He played the full 45 minutes, and he had 5 assists as well. Matt, what did you see from DJ tonight, kind of stepping into that role of D.Acuff?
Yeah, that's a great question. You know, DJ, we saw what he did last year. I equate it to being the backup quarterback on you're backing up Peyton Manning, you're backing up
you're Jim Sorgi,
Eli. You know, and then all of a sudden the backup comes in. What do you have to do? Don't mess it up.
That's
Trust
right.
your teammates, and that's what Wagner did. He got in there and he executed the game plan. We know what we're going to get from him on the defensive end, and then on the offensive side, he's not sloppy. He doesn't make a lot of mistakes. He makes the right basketball play. So it's like when your backup quarterback comes in, hey, we might have to run the ball 37 times this game, but when you have to make a play on third down or you got to make a play here, DJ steps up, man. He's you know how I feel about DJ's my favorite player on this team. It doesn't mean he's the best player, but man, he sure is my favorite.
Text here from Cajun. He says, offensively, we are a Final Four team, but the lack of post defense will keep us as a Sweet 16 team only. And you know what? I think that's pretty fair. If the Razorbacks get a matchup with a team that has maybe 1, 2, 3 really capable bigs on the offensive end, there's no doubt it's going to be a nail-biter. But I do think that you're going to have a really good advantage most of the time when you go out there in the athleticism department in your front court. Malik Ewan is like, he's hot and cold throughout a game sometimes. He was cold in the middle of the game. He was cold when he came in. But by the time he finished, Matt, like you mentioned, he was hot when he needed to be. He was taking it to the rack, really soft touch on some of those jump hooks, as well as at the free throw line, like you mentioned. So
made a three-pointer, yeah.
Made that three-pointer. And you know what? He shot it with confidence, in rhythm. That's his 3rd 3 all season. I think he's like 3 for 4 or 3 for 5. That may be something that we want to see in the tournament a little bit, too. Just another facet to his game. You obviously don't want to live and die by the three-point line. The Razorbacks are a statistically very successful three-point shooting team. But hopefully that's something that Malik Ewan can use to, keep that confidence going, get a little bit of mojo as we move into the tournament, because if there's one thing that can help a player in the tournament, it is confidence. And confidence is what we need right here. So we're going to take a quick break. The confidence to keep moving, keep rolling through here on a Hog Reaction, brought to you by the Stadium Shop on Razorback, Sawyer, Sunrooms, and more, and Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue. We'll be back in just a minute here. We want to take a look around the SEC, also talk about some of the finer points of the game today, maybe where it turned for the Razorbacks, and also read your calls and text here on Hog Reaction. If you got anything to say, always chime in here on the hotline, 877-377-6963. Myself and Matt Jones, Ashton as well, back in just a minute here on ESPN Arkansas. It's Hog Reaction.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, Sawyer, Sunrooms, and more, and by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue.
Northwest Arkansas. Hi, this is Stacy with ProMix Concrete, a division of Ozark Ready Mix. We're a local ready mix concrete supplier, and I'd like to invite you to call our team. We'll provide you high performance, optimized ready mix concrete and top-notch service for any and all of your commercial, DOT, and residential construction applications. Call us at 479-480-3060. That's 479-480-3060, and we'll take care of your business. Ask yourself, do you need a mix or ProMix?
Did you get us switched over to shelter insurance?
Actually, I found a deal online.
You did. Does your deal come with award-winning customer service?
Oh, I'm not sure.
Does the deal include a local agent?
Doesn't actually say.
Can we create a customized plan that fits our needs? Let's just call the local shelter agent.
for insurance that fits just right. Find a shelter agent near you.
Call Sean Garrison in Rogers and Griggs Covington in Farmington.
Sterling Bank is a full-service community bank committed to the community, their customers, and the people and businesses who call Northwest Arkansas home. At Sterling Bank, you will find a complete menu of products and services designed to make your banking experience pleasant and productive. Visit your local branch in Fayetteville, Rogers, or Bentonville to experience friendly, top-notch customer service and to discover the Sterling difference. Member FDIC.
The Hustler Pro Sales Event is happening now at W.T. Equipment. Save 20% or more on select commercial mowers, plus fleet savings from Hustler Turf Equipment before the season kicks into high gear. Fully stocked with commercial and residential Hustlers, ready for crews and homeowners alike. Built to handle long days and tough jobs. Upgrade your fleet or your lawn at W.T. Equipment today.
At Mach 1 Financial Group, we aspire to meet the needs of anyone who walks through our doors. We work with families to create tailored financial plans based on their goals, lifestyle, and available resources. For help creating your own financial plan, visit Mach1FG.com. Mach 1 Financial Group, LLC is a registered investment advisor located in Rogers, Arkansas. A copy of Mach 1's current written disclosure brochure is available through the SEC website and at disclosures.mach1fg.com.
There's something special about life here in Northwest Arkansas. The trails, the parks, the people. It's why we love calling this place home. At Buffington Homes, we're here to help you build yours. A home that fits your family, your style, and your life right here in Northwest Arkansas. Tour our model homes across 5 communities and see what building your next home could look and feel like. Visit BuffingtonHomesAR.com or stop by a model home to start building a home and a life you'll love.
For years, you've voted the All-American Steakhouse and Sports Theater the best for steaks and sports bar. But have you tried the seafood? We're talking fresh salmon, tilapia, crispy fish and chips, grilled or fried shrimp, peel and eat shrimp, crab dip, calamari. You get the picture. And of course, all the big games are on the big screens. Order carry-out or delivery with the All-American app. Or reserve their event room for meetings, watch parties, and celebrations. The All-American Steakhouse and Sports Theater. Steaks, sports, and so much more. On Sunset in Springdale.
On the road to the game or anywhere life takes you, accidents don't take a timeout. From fender benders to hail damage, you need a repair team you can trust. Courtney Hollingsworth Auto Body has been family owned for over 40 years and proudly holds an iCar Gold Class certification, ranking them in the top 15% of collision repair shops nationwide. From dents and dings to hail damage repair, their expert technicians will have your car looking like new. Schedule your estimate today. Go to CourtneyHollingsworth.com.
Just weak. I mean, weak. The SEC.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
I'm ready to go to the Final Four.
All the Hog Reaction is brought to you by Sawyer, Sunrooms, and more.
I've been putting my money on them.
Hog Reaction postgame show is fueled by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, real Texas barbecue. Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
It's Fugazi. Fugazi.
This is Hog Reaction.
Nobody there this time. Away to Thomas in the corner. Malik, one dribble, 3 on the way. Cruz gave him too much room, and Thomas knocked it down. Malik Thomas with 21, and Arkansas is up 55-51.
3 3-pointers right here in a row.
Malik finished 5 of 6 from beyond the three-point arc today, and he really filled in the shoes of D.Acuff, who's been your typical sniper all year long. You got to feel good about Malik Thomas. Like we mentioned earlier in our very first segment, he's unfortunately kind of played second fiddle to just how good D.Acuff has been. But make no mistake, if Malik Thomas was on a different team, he would be that team's D.Acuff. He would be that team's, their workhorse, their thoroughbred. He'd be the one that would be having all the plays drawn up for him at the end of the game. He'd be the one doing the ISOs at the end. It would be him. And we're very fortunate to have the greatest recruiter of all time in any sport ever, John Calipari, be our coach, to where he's able to get 2 guys that are that talented. A great night for Malik Thomas as well. And really, the big story is just this team coming together. Here's Cal on the Learfield postgame show talking about the unity of the team.
Well, first of all, if it was that important to me, Darius would have been playing. I mean, I'd have had him like, come on, man.
You still like winning, though, don't you?
And I love winning. And doing it the way we did pretty neat. I mean, we were coming out of timeouts. They were locked into what we were doing. Malik Thomas got going. DJ. How about DJ running our team? Yeah. Unbelievable. Trevin, Billy, you had Nick, and then Malik Ewan. Like, be that guy.
I hadn't heard these clips yet, to be honest with you. So Cal basically saying that we really didn't even care to win the game. We just happened to do it by happenstance is absolutely hilarious to me because let me tell you something. That's not an easy place to win. And today, that was a really, really, really good environment. Just a great crowd full of ugly, misguided individuals. But, you know, I think that it was a really hard place to play, and Missouri was putting absolutely everything on the line to try and win that game. Matt Jones is here with me on Hog Reaction. Myself, Colton Little, Ashton's with us as well here. This is Hog Reaction brought to you by Rudy's, Sawyer's, and the Stadium Shop on Razorback. Matt, what did you see today from Malik Thomas that made you feel good? And what did you think about the freshman stepping up and being able to do all the great things that he was able to accomplish today to help the Razorbacks edge out Missouri today in this 88-84 win?
Yeah, first of all, you are correct on we have the best recruiter in college basketball. So you're going to have talent. All the teams aren't going to be like this.
Nope.
We're going to, hopefully, by the grace of God, we live another 20, 30, 40 years, and they're not going to all be this good. This is a special team, special talent. I've written down at least, you know, I like to take notes during the game, and in at least 7 of the last 8 games, we're the more athletic team, and so it's easy to see. This team's very athletic. They're very talented. I think they're buying in. You know, his teams peak at the right time. They're getting better each year. As far as Malik Thomas, that's what do you say? Went all 45 minutes, did his thing, shot the ball well, didn't fall in love with the three, you know, shoots it when he's open, shoots some tough shots, man, able to kind of get to his move, get to his spot and make it. You feel he's one of those few shooters that anytime he shoots a 3-point shot, you think it's going in. And that's pretty cool to have. Not that you're not Trevion Brazile and catching tip back dunks or whatever because you're supposed to go offensive board, but you always feel with that confidence.
Baseline Ewan turns to face the basket, drives on Burns, spins to the rim, off the glass, no, but there's Brazile. Brazile with a 2-hand follow, the second one from Trevin. He's got 9, and the Hogs are up by 10.
You mentioned that putback right there by Brazile, and Ashton cut that one up for me. Had to just loop that one right there together. But Trevin Brazile right there, like you said, Matt, he also played. He was only off the floor for 46 seconds of game time today, which is little as Trevin Brazile was not playing. And he finished with 19 points as well, 9 total rebounds, 3 steals, a block shot in his return to Missouri, likely the last time that he'll be there, his former institution. Matt, we've seen in the past couple of games now, Trevin Brazile has gone for 28 points and 19 points. Matt, why haven't we seen this Trevin Brazile every single game? Is it because of the fact that maybe Texas and Missouri both jumped out into a little bit of a zone defense at times, and that's really kind of something that TB can attack? Or has this just been a mindset thing for Brazile?
Well, the other teams on scholarship, too, they have a defensive coach that is going to have a game plan. And if you were planning, let's just put ourselves in the defensive coach. Who do you got to stop first? D.Acuff, right? Okay, and so then you go next. Well, it's pick your poison. Do you want to try to stop Billy Richmond? Do you want to try to stop Trevion Brazile? Do you want to try to stop Malik Thomas? So we're going to try to pick one of those guys that we got to stop next. So then we got to make the other team have the C player beat you. And I just think there's some matchups. You know, there's some good. We talk about deficiencies and we talk about matchups, and there's some really good college coaches, and the SEC's really talented, and sometimes they just have a game plan that they're not gonna let Brazile beat you, because you see what happens when anytime Brazile gets going, his team wins. And so if you were trying to stop the Arkansas Razorbacks, that's one of the guys that I think you got to circle right behind D.Acuff, that we got to try to stop Brazile if we want a chance to beat the Hogs. And sometimes the coaches kind of get it right.
Matt, take me into the huddle whenever the game goes into overtime. That's one thing that I just really, I've always, as a coach's kid and, just loving the aspect of competition, whenever both teams have made it to the end of the game and there's that tie, there's that notch in the system where, no team is better than the other. You have to play those extra 5 minutes. What are the messages that are being said in that huddle? Is it just the same things that we're hearing all game? Or I don't imagine that teams are throwing everything they've learned or they tried to do out the window at the end right there. Just take me into the huddle during whenever it's come to overtime and what coaches are saying and what players might be feeling, especially whenever I know that they're definitely got some tired legs under them as well with a short rotation.
Yeah, well, everything's situational. You might be down a player or two, which we were without our best players. So other people sometimes have to step up. Once you get into overtime, the game's kind of taking on a story of itself. So it's everything's a little bit situational, but the kind of the message is keep being you and doing the little things because you're just one play away from winning the game. When it's a tie game, the margins are so thin that hey, it's just going to take one play. Just keep making a play each time, and then you can win the game. And that's what we did. We didn't panic. It's not hey, we got to go out there and shoot and hit 2 threes in a row. It's play defense. Win the next possession, do the little things going forward because it's just a small sample size. That 5 minutes seems to go by pretty quick.
Yeah. One of the funny things that I saw today, obviously, I heard Chuck and Z talking about this on the radio a little bit. Every time that we have to go play in Columbia during one of these basketball games, they like to take that opportunity to rub every single Razorback fan in attendance the wrong way by rubbing our noses in the fact that they've won that Battle Line trophy. Every single year they trot the whole team out there and stuff like that. Chuck was incensed on the broadcast. It was actually kind of funny. He's like, we need to get that back. And I thought that was funny, but now that maybe you go into Missouri today, you get this big win. And one of the things that I just thought was hilarious today was because they had that big ceremony trotting the Missouri Tiger football team out there, that was right after they went to break because it was a timeout and everything. It was media timeout, but also I believe it was Stone. Jaden Stone for Missouri. He had hit a 3, came back down playing some defense, and then he got hit and was bleeding, and there was blood all over the court. And so they had to stop for the timeout. Then they stopped for the big ceremony and whatnot. And they had Dennis Gates out there spraying water. And I just thought to myself, Dennis Gates might want to get used to being in that position of spraying water because he's not going to have a big career as a basketball coach if he couldn't figure out that he needed to give the ball to Mark Mitchell a lot more because that was basically barbecue chicken for the Razorback defense every time Mark Mitchell got it. I don't know if that kid's got any eligibility. I know that he was celebrating senior day at Missouri, but that is the type of big that I would love to see here at Arkansas next year. Just a guy that even may not be the most skilled offensively, but is not afraid to put his body on the line at either end of the court. So props to Mark Mitchell today. Kind of thought that was funny. They had Dennis Gates out there spraying the water and then all the managers wiping it down. Pretty funny image if you ask me. But we'll come back here in just a little bit, talk about the SEC as a whole. Tennessee is actually getting waxed right now on their home floor by double digits. Tyler Tanner and Vanderbilt are really taking it to him right now. Still a little bit of time left in that game. We'll check in on the score of that one as well as what else is happening in the SEC today. Also, the biggest game in college basketball, Duke and UNC tonight at 5:30. That's going to be one I have my eyes on as well. No Caleb Wilson for North Carolina, so we'll see if Duke, who probably doesn't need another advantage like playing at home and getting all the calls and having the Boozer twins. So we'll see how that one ends up as well. But we'll take a break right here in just a second. As my partner Matt Jones likes to say, we got some bills to pay. So we'll go do that here and be back in just a minute. This is Hog Reaction on ESPN Arkansas as the Razorbacks finish the regular season with a W against the Tigers.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, Sawyer, Sunrooms, and more, and by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue.
Fans, this is Elizabeth.
This is Robert. And this is Matt. We're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, your headquarters for all things Razorback.
From clothing items like Nike, Champion, Cutter & Buck, Tommy Bahama, and many more,
to a wide range of home, office, and fan cave decorations.
We even have furniture, a pool table, stuff for the yard, garden, and too much other stuff to mention.
So no matter if you're headed to the game or watching from your living room, stop by the Stadium Shop at 989 South Razorback Road in Fayetteville. That's 989 South Razorback Road in Fayetteville.
Or Or call us at 479 Stadium. That's 479-782-3486.
Or stop by the Interweb store at shoponrazorback.com.
Whoa, that's a first, Dad. You actually got it right. How'd you do that?
Well, I use that Googleator thing.
And we're back.
Anyway, that was shoponrazorback.com.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole, and I have a plaque to prove it.
Folks, it just does not get more Razorback than us.
Go
Hogs.
At Sterling Bank, they're committed to the Northwest Arkansas community, and as members of this community, their relationships go beyond banking. They're cheering on the same teams, shopping at the same stores, and serving the same causes that help make our community a great place to live. So stop by your local branch in Fayetteville, Rogers, or Bentonville and discover the Sterling Bank difference with their top-notch customer service and complete menu of products. Sterling Bank, your community bank. Member FDIC.
Life is loud, chaotic, hilarious, and occasionally peaceful. Your life fits you, so why settle for life insurance that fits someone else? At Shelter Insurance, our local agents help you design a personal protection plan backed by award-winning customer service. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
Call my friend J.T. Finley at 479-521-4220.
Why is there water all over the kitchen floor?
Yeah, it's a minor issue. The sink, double dribbled.
Double what?
You know, a drip from the pipe, a drip from the drain. You know, double dribble.
That's not a double dribble. That's a flood. We're calling Paramount Plumbing.
Hey, I can fix it.
Don't let plumbing turn into a double dribble disaster. Call Paramount Plumbing. Fast, dependable, and done right the first time. Call 479-790-8427.
Hi, this is Grant Holman, owner of 479 Equipment Company off I-49, exit 65 in Fayetteville. We are Northwest Arkansas's home for Bad Boy, the toughest mowers, tractors, and implements on the market, built right here in Arkansas. Ready to upgrade your weekend? Your local headquarters for everything Bad Boy is 479 Equipment Company. 479 Equipment has the inventory and the easy financing to get you in the driver's seat today. Come see us off of I-49, exit 65 in Fayetteville, or 479equipment.com.
Instant fun every day? That's a win. The chance at a life-changing jackpot? Win. Creating scholarships for Arkansas students? That's the biggest win of all. When you play the lottery, it's a win-win-win for Arkansas. So far, the Arkansas Scholarship Lottery has raised over $1.5 billion to fund more than 822,000 scholarships. Keep playing and win-win-winning, Arkansas. Call 1-800-522-4700 for Problem Gambling Helpline.
Contractors, you've got jobs to win and customers to impress. That's why you choose Luxair HVAC systems, built for performance, efficiency, and reliability. And at J&B Supply, we've had your back since 1968. We're a local family-owned distributor that treats our customers like family too, with the products, expertise, and service you need to get the job done right. For over 50 years, HVAC and plumbing pros have trusted J&B Supply in Fort Smith, Springdale, and Bentonville. J&B Supply, where the professionals go.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, your favorite drafts are poured at a frosty 29 degrees, and rare barrel-aged whiskeys are served just the way you want them. It's bigger game days and bolder fight nights. I mean, where else can you find a scratch kitchen that always comes in clutch? Every day, from lunch to late night. Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
No one does happy hour like Twin Peaks. From tequila cocktails and top shelf spirits to handcrafted whiskey drinks and 29-degree drafts. There's something for everyone. Grab a seat and raise a glass at Twin Peaks and Rogers.
Fumbled by a flood, blindsided by a fire, tackled by mold? Don't sweat it. Call the pros at Rainbow Restoration. From water damage and fire and smoke restoration to mold remediation and odor removal, they've got your back. One call takes care of it all for all of Northwest Arkansas. They clean up the mess and build it back better than it was before. Call 479-900-9392. Now that's 479-900-9392. Rainbow Restoration. We restore, you recover.
Just weak. Weak. The SEC.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
I'm ready to go to the Final Four.
All the Hog Reaction is brought to you by Sawyer, Sunrooms, and more.
I've been putting my money on them.
Hog Reaction postgame show is fueled by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, real Texas barbecue. Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
It's Fugazi. Fugazi.
This is Hog Reaction.
Like having Darius out today, knowing probably going to make us a tough team to win because we haven't played this way all year. He's been the center of it. But he needed that time. And so you try to do it for the guys, and they end up playing like crazy for you.
The question is if you continue to do this. Because to me, if I had to choose between taking home one win in the SEC tournament or 2 wins in the SEC tournament versus 2 or 3 wins in the NCAA tournament, I keep D.Acuff on the bench. But I don't know. That's not my decision. One thing that I know for sure is that I'm sure in order to try and keep him on the bench today, they probably had to call in the National Guard just to keep him there, because I know that D.Acuff is a competitor. And I know that one of the things that he probably wanted to do was be out there and have the opportunity to lead his team to victory, as he's done so many times this season. But, Matt, when it comes down to this and like load management and looking at the bigger picture, which is the reason why he sat down today, where do you fall on this? I know that you would definitely not want to sit down. You'd want to play, whether it's an SEC championship, whether it's an SEC tournament game, whether it's NCAA, you would want to play personally. But for the betterment of the team, do you think this is something that continues on? Do you think we'll see Acuff in the SEC tournament? Or is this bigger picture, is that skipping the SEC tournament as well?
Yeah, it's all situational. Yeah. Can you improve your seeding? What's your matchup? What are we trying to accomplish? You know, there was a year I was in Jacksonville. We had already clinched our playoff positioning with a game to play. And so, you know, Coach takes about 7, 8, 9 players and says, we're not going to play the last game of the year because everything's – so you get it. That's just part of the regular season and part of get it ready. And then it's also a challenge to all the other players, and it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful challenge because they get to come together and they get to see what they can do. Just like what Coach said, that you know, Acuff's the focal point. If you're Coach Cal or if you're the other team's coach, that's where you start when you're talking about the Razorback. And so it was good to see everybody else come together, come to life, and play together. It was that was a beautiful win tonight, or I guess this morning.
It was a really good win for the Razorbacks today, and they got to feel a lot better about their chances as a whole going into the SEC and the NCAA tournament. Speaking of the SEC, right now taking you down through the SEC list today of what's going on. Vanderbilt taking it to Tennessee right now. That 10-point lead has been shrunk down to 8 with just over 90 seconds to go. Vanderbilt trying to get the best of the Volunteers in that in-state matchup. It's the only top 25 matchup within the Southeastern Conference today, and it doesn't really do too much in terms of the SEC seeding, but in the eyes of the committee, this could be one of those 4 seeds becoming a 5 instead. So the pretty important game right here for both Vanderbilt and Tennessee. Also in action right now, Georgia is taking on Mississippi State in Starkville. It's a 25-25 gridlock right now with 6:31 to go in the first half. Florida taking on Kentucky this afternoon at 3 p.m. Florida is on the road in Lexington. Don't imagine Florida has too much trouble with the Wildcats, to be honest with you. Texas A&M on the road at LSU. Looking right here, tickets as low as $4 to get in the door there in Baton Rouge today. The hardwood edition of the Iron Bowl tonight on ESPN, 7:30 p.m., Auburn and Alabama. If Auburn actually came in and Nepo Pearl had a nice win against Alabama, that would be of your benefit. So hopefully things can work out there in Coleman Coliseum for the visiting Auburn Tigers. Oklahoma and Texas facing off at 7:30 p.m. on the SEC Network. And then your final scores today, of course, Arkansas knocked off Missouri 88-84 without the compliments of star point guard D.Acuff. Had to go to overtime to do it, but Cal did notch his 900th career win, another important note from today. And then South Carolina gets the best of Ole Miss on the road, 64-61. So good for the Gamecocks there as well. Matt, today the big story, I think, was just the ability for your team to be gritty, to grind it out no matter what happens, sky for all those extra offensive rebounds, dive for loose balls. Going into the tournament, do they need to keep that same mindset, or do you think things are going to change just because Acuff comes back into the fold?
Yeah, you know, their grit, the way they played today was very inspiring. It's you know, Missouri was on senior day, and so you knew Missouri was going to give you a what for. They were going to give you their best effort, and we jumped out. I mean, it kind of shows you how important it is to play. You know, you call it a good 4 quarters, and I know it's 2 halves, but if we break it down into 10-minute segments, when you get behind 12, 14, 16 points early, man, it's tough to come back. It takes a lot of energy to come back, and you got to play perfect. And then you get there, and then things kind of battle a little bit, and then you can see you're a little winded, a little tired. So the physicality, the way they played, man, Missouri's a tough team. You know, I don't think Missouri's a Final Four team, but they're smart. They got a couple pieces that are nice. They're a matchup. They might lose their very first game, but they could make it to the second weekend. But they're not, they don't have the athletic ability that we have.
Those wanting an update on the Arkansas Razorback baseball game today, it was 3-0 Arkansas going into the bottom of the third inning. It is now 7-0. So the Razorbacks appear to be batting it around out there today at Baum Stadium and taking it to the Stetson Hatters. So good to see them keeping their stride and making things happen out there at Baum Stadium for the baseball team. Matt, one more thing real quick here before we break at this segment. What do you think the Razorbacks are going to do in the SEC tourney? It's likely they're going to be playing either Vanderbilt, Ole Miss, or Auburn. They do own wins against every single one of those teams. They split the series against Auburn. They went to Auburn and got trounced, came back and actually had a good game against Auburn at home. Do you like their chances against all of those teams, and do you like their chances for a rematch against Alabama, because that appears to be inevitable right now?
Man, that's what we want, right? Yeah. Ole Miss, no chance. For them, you look at Vanderbilt. That's a tough team, but we're more athletic than Vanderbilt.
Yes.
But yeah, they still have some nice pieces. You got to be on your game. If we're on our game, Vanderbilt, none of those teams can beat this Arkansas Razorback team. It's one of those deals where you show up, you pay attention to detail, you do the little things right, you don't beat yourself. You play for each other. You know, the concept of what they've been doing, that's all you got to do that first round, because we'll be a better team than whoever that is. And then going forward, that's why it's called March Madness, you know, because there's some madness involved. Can you shoot good? Can you get hot? Can you get on a roll? There's just a lot of things that happen, and that's the beauty of it. That's why we love college sports.
877-377-6963 is the number to get with us here on Hog Reaction. Myself and Matt Jones. You can text us. You can call us. We'll take your calls and your texts as well. We'll come back on the other side of this, and we'll talk a little bit more about the SEC tournament, as well as some of the things that happen in overtime and some of those ticky-tack foul calls a little bit. We'll just get into some of the nitty-gritty of this game, and then we'll wrap it up here after that. This is Hog Reaction, back in just a minute here on ESPN Arkansas.
Presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, Sawyer, Sunrooms, and more. And by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue.
Hey Razorback fans, Matt Jones here. We're all experiencing higher prices on just about everything, and that includes sunrooms, patio covers, and windows. If you've gotten an estimate on any of these projects and you were shocked by the price, then you need to call Sawyer's. They've been making quality, affordable products for 35 years. They're local, they have 100% financing, and a beautiful showroom with all their products displayed. So give my buddy Buzz a call or check them out, Sawyers-Sunrooms.com.
Game day, work day, or any day, Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue has you covered with 100% oak smoked meats served by weight, so you get exactly what you want. Hosting a crew, Rudy's group meals are perfect for parties, office lunches, or tailgates. 3 meats, 3 sides, all the fixings, and yes, even a tablecloth. And don't forget breakfast tacos every morning until 10 a.m. Made to order, or they've got grab and go for the whole team. Visit Rudy's at 4084 MLK Jr. Boulevard in Fayetteville. Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, smoking good every time.
The Hustler Pro Sales Event is happening now at W.T. Equipment. Save 20% or more on select commercial mowers, plus fleet savings from Hustler Turf Equipment before the season kicks into high gear. Fully stocked with commercial and residential Hustlers, ready for crews and homeowners alike. Built to handle long days and tough jobs. Upgrade your fleet or your lawn at W.T. Equipment today.
Hey Razorback fans, rep your favorite team on and off the court with the best gear from Alumni Hall. Shop the largest and best collection of officially licensed Arkansas Razorback products, apparel, hats, Yeti, gifts, 2 for $38 champion tees, and more. Pop into our store at College Marketplace and shop alumnihall.com. Download the app. You'll receive a $10 reward for every $150 you spend, so shop Alumni Hall today and get game day ready. Go Hogs!
We all plan to be on time, but fender benders, damaged windshield, and slick road quickly disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design personal protection plans that work for you and help keep you on track. Shelter Insurance.
Call my friend J.T. Finley at 479-521-4220.
Sterling Bank is your community bank. Sterling Bank values their role in Northwest Arkansas and works hard to make our community stronger each day. They're invested in relationships that go beyond banking. They're your friends and neighbors, and know that when we support each other, the whole community wins. If you're looking for a bank that offers top-notch customer service and a complete menu of products that make your banking experience pleasant and productive, visit them in Fayetteville, Rogers, or Bentonville. Sterling Bank, local friendly banking made to fit you. Member FDIC.
I think one of the things that patients don't realize is that when they get a joint replacement, that's not a lifetime treatment option. And they're probably, if they are a younger patient, signing up for multiple surgeries down the road.
As a physician and medical director for QC Kinetics, Dr. Caravelli's seen a pattern of trending joint pain. Prolonged medication, steroids, then surgery, possibly another surgery.
So a lot of our patients are trying to avoid or put off surgery, and this is the treatment that can help them do that.
QC Kinetics extracts your body's healing substances, concentrates them back into your aching joints to help heal and restore those areas, providing lasting relief.
Oh, I love being able to tell my patients, you know, before we do this surgery, let's try another option. Let's see if this is right for you, because now they might not have to have surgery at all.
Call today for your free consultation.
Call QC Kinetics, 479-999-1234. That's 479-999-1234. 479-999-1234.
Don't let your game go downhill this winter. We know it's hard to get your swings in, but Birdie and Brews has the answer with the Weekday Warrior membership. Monday through Thursday, 11 a.m. to 4 p.m., members get bay rentals for $20 an hour, plus 30 minutes on the virtual Putt View putting green per day to dial in your short game during those hours. Call 479-439-0848 or birdieandbrews.com for details, practice, play, and catch the game with great food and cold drinks. Birdie and Brews, putter in hand, beer on demand.
You don't just maintain your land, you master it. And at Sutherland's, we've got the steel to help you do it. Experience the brute force of a bad boy mower. These mowers turn a weekend chore into a victory lap. But every great machine needs a home. Our Sutherland's custom barns are built to last. Call 1-800-66-BARNS. Sutherland's, with 4 stores in Arkansas, Fort Smith, Huntsville, Hot Springs, and Stuttgart, and online at Sutherlands.com. No matter the project, we're here to help, because at Sutherland's, home starts here.
Weak. The SEC.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
I'm ready to go to the Final Four.
All the Hog Reaction is brought to you by Sawyer, Sunrooms, and more.
I've been putting my money on them.
Hog Reaction postgame show is fueled by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, real Texas barbecue. Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
It's Fugazi.
This is Hog Reaction.
Ewan, top of the circle. Malik looks for a cutter. Can't find one. Now he's got to go to the rim. He goes to the basket and slams it with 2 hands. How about that? Nobody open. Ewan with a stuff. Hogs by a bucket with 4 to play.
If you can get the same production that you got from Malik Ewan tonight the rest of the tournament, you'd be very, very pleased with that. 17 points, 9 total rebounds, and big offensive rebounding tonight for Malik Ewan as well. He pulled down 4 of those. Trevor Brazil also had 5 offensive rebounds. So those were some really good things from your bigs tonight. Look, there's no question that's going to be the weaker part of your team, but they played very, very well tonight against a very stout front court in Missouri. That's a team that beat Florida at home. So I'm not trying to knock Florida at all, Missouri at all. That's a really talented team. And we have a text here from Rhett in Missouri on our Lewis Automotive hotline, and you can text in too, 877-377-6963. Rhett being very humble in defeat here. Great performance. Congrats on the win. Rhett, thank you on behalf of all Razorback fans. But I will say, I would not be nearly quite so humble in victory or defeat if it comes to the battle line rivalry. I turn into a little baby when it comes into that. Speaking of little babies, Brian and Ozark tried to get on the phone here. I don't know what he would have to say about Texas, how he could shoehorn into that. I just didn't feel like taking his call. We also can't take other calls right now, unfortunately, because Matt has to be on the phone with us. So sorry. And then Brian sent me a bunch of texts with lots of slurs in there, so no chance you'll ever get back on with me, big dog. It's not that serious. Anyway, Matt Jones, happy to be with you here one more time for one final segment. Matt, what is the ceiling for this Razorback basketball team? It's a very simple question. I expect you to give me a pretty simple answer because I know that you're really high on these Hogs.
I am a simple cat. That is very true. Final Four. I think that's there. And here's the thing about a bracket, and this is why it's so awesome is it's just not chalk. It's not the one seed's going to go. I know last year all 4 1 seeds made it to the Final Four. I don't know that repeats itself. Final Four would be this team's ceiling. We're kind of a matchup nightmare. There's skills at every single position. If it's Billy Richmond, if it's Trevin Brazile, if it's Malik Ewing, it's just, are they ready? And when the team calls your number, make the right basketball play. And I think that's what you saw tonight. And it was it was a beautiful game to watch. It's been a fun season. We did some of these shows last year. They started off 0-5. This year, just a totally different year. No back-to-back losses. Didn't lose a game you were supposed to win, really. All of our losses were they were tough losses, so to speak. And that just tells you a little bit about this team. They're going to be a tough out. You don't want to be in this bracket.
No.
And you don't want to. They're all going to be good, especially when we get to the second weekend. But just our athletic ability, the way they've been playing together and coming together, you don't want to play the Hogs in the tournament.
Yeah, and speaking of not wanting to play Arkansas in the tournament, you don't want that draw. One of the things I think the committee does is they really look to put. They like to put, like they did last year, like to put a bunch of Hall of Fame
coaches. We
coaches
get a rematch with St. John's?
They're not a rematch with St. John's, but maybe a rematch with Texas Tech in the second round, maybe a rematch with Kansas again in the second round. The committee likes to do those things. They like to make TV happen organically, as they say. But I was mentioning Kansas right there. I saw a bunch of Rock Chalk fans that were chiming in saying, if Arkansas is the 5 seed to our 4 seed or vice versa, I won't even watch because we've seemed to have just owned Kansas the last couple of times in basketball as well as in football too, in those back-to-back and those Liberty Bowls. But it was one thing that I was looking forward to, just to see how the Razorbacks were going to do today without D.Acuff. They obviously got things done, and they finished the game today 88-84. Matt Jones, any final thoughts today on the Razorbacks and their victory against Missouri, and anything they need to be thinking about going into the SEC tournament?
Health. Let's make sure we're healthy.
Yeah.
Get in the tub. Get in the cold tub, get with the trainer, get with the nutritionalist, make sure you're ready to go because those games are back-to-back days. I always say you need 24 hours rest to really kind of recover and be your best. You don't get a whole night's sleep. It's those games are going to be more like an AAU tournament. As far as the SEC tournament, it's back-to-back days where you play. And then in the NCAA tournament, you get a day off in between those games, and that's when you're going to play a little better. So right now you got to take advantage. That depth thing could hurt us a little bit. Mm-hmm. That's the scary thing about this team when you're only playing 6-7 guys. Somebody gets into foul trouble, somebody turns an ankle, something happens, somebody else is going to have to step up, but you're limited. You only have 1 or 2 options. So get healthy. That's the main thing, I think, with this team. If this team is healthy as they can get, they're a team that could make some noise.
Matt, thank you so much for your time this afternoon, man. I hope you have a good rest of your afternoon. I will see you on Monday, my friend. Thank you.
See you, buddy.
See ya. That's Matt Jones with me here, as always, on Hog Reaction. We got a couple segments here left. We'll wrap it up in just a second here. Man, what a really fun time. Also, the phone lines are open again. You're welcome to call in and talk to us. Yes, even you, moron, if you have anything actually intelligent to say that's not about Texas, I might actually take your call, despite the disgusting, awful things that you've said to me on your text line here. Get a life, dude. I'll probably still take your call if you actually want to call in. Anybody else that actually has intelligent things to say is welcome as well. 877-377-6963 is a phone number here on Hog Reaction. We are so excited that the Razorbacks finished off the regular season with a W against Missouri, 88-84. We'll come back here in just a minute on Hog Reaction and tell you all the things we got going on this week, as well as how things might fare for the Razorbacks at the SEC tournament. Back in just a minute here on Hog Reaction.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, Sawyer, Sunrooms, and more, and by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue.
At Mach 1 Financial Group, we are happy to offer objective feedback on your current financial portfolio with no pressure or obligation. If your current plan aligns with what we would recommend, we'll let you know. If we see an opportunity that may be better for your family's situation, we will create a financial plan for you to compare it to. To get a second look at your situation, visit Mach1FG.com. Mach 1 Financial Group, LLC is a registered investment advisor located in Rogers, Arkansas. A copy of Mach 1's current written disclosure brochure is available through the SEC website and at disclosures.mach1fg.com.
The Hustler Pro Sales Event is happening now at W.T. Equipment. Save 20% or more on select commercial mowers, plus fleet savings from Hustler Turf Equipment before the season kicks into high gear. Fully stocked with commercial and residential Hustlers, ready for crews and homeowners alike. Built to handle long days and tough jobs. Upgrade your fleet or your lawn. W.T. Equipment today.
Fans, this is Elizabeth.
This is Robert. And this is Matt. We're with the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, your headquarters for all things Razorback.
From clothing items like Nike, Champion, Cutter & Buck, Tommy Bahama, and many more,
to a wide range of home, office, and fan cave decorations.
We even have furniture, a pool table, stuff for the yard, garden, and too much other stuff to mention.
So no matter if you're headed to the game or watching from your living room, stop by the Stadium Shop at 989 South Razorback Road in Fayetteville. That's 989 South Razorback Road in Fayetteville.
Or call us at 479-STADIUM. That's 479-782-3486.
or stop by the Interweb store at shoponrazorback.com.
Whoa, that's a first, Dad. You actually got it right. How'd you do that?
Well, I use that Googleator thing.
And we're back.
Anyway, that was shoponrazorback.com.
The largest Razorback store south of the North Pole, and I have a plaque to prove it.
Folks, it just does not get more Razorback than us.
Go Hogs.
It's March, and that means madness at Casano's Chicago-style pizza. Catch every game on every screen. This is your tournament headquarters. Cold beer? Yes, please. Enjoy $8 pitchers and drink specials running all tournament long. And introducing Chili Madness, featuring the all-new Frito Chili Pie Pizza and a lineup of bold chili-inspired appetizers you've got to try. Great atmosphere, great drinks, great food, every game, every round at Casano's Chicago-style pizza. Visit Casano'sPizza.com to find your nearest location.
Start your weekend at Indigo Sky Casino. This March, Friday evenings from 6 to 10 p.m. Indulge in the thrill of winning with your chance to take home up to $10,000 in cash. All month long, we're blooming with cash. Over $1 million in total cash and Go Rewards prizes will go. Savor an unforgettable evening at Shawano Steak and Spirits, where timeless flavor meets contemporary style. Indigo Sky Casino and Resort, Highway 60 west of Seneca, Missouri. Visit IndigoSkyCasino.com for details.
When it comes to firearms gear and expertise, Ozark's Armory has you covered. From the hunter to the collector to the range regular, you'll find exactly what you're looking for with over 3,000 guns in stock, plus ammo, optics, and all the accessories you need. Buying, selling, or trading, the experts at Ozark Armory are ready to help you find the perfect fit. Stop by Ozark Armory in Springdale or visit ozarkarmory.com. Ozark Armory, locked and loaded for the season.
Hey folks, Chuck Barrett here, the voice of the Razorback. And if you're ready for freedom from glasses or contacts, there's only one name you need to know: McDonald Eye Associates. Whether it's LASIK, clear lens exchange, or advanced cataract surgery, they've got the solution to help you see your best, no matter your age. Doctors Betts and Mengarelli are the real deal, two of the most experienced surgeons anywhere. They've even taken care of my eye. And now I'm seeing the basketball court crystal clear. I'm so glad I chose McDonald Eye. And you will be too.
Just weak. I mean, weak. The SEC.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville.
I'm ready to go to the Final Four.
All the Hog Reaction is brought to you by Sawyer, Sunrooms, and more.
I've been riding with them. I've been putting my money on them.
Hog Reaction postgame show is fueled by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue, real Texas barbecue. Call or text the program at 877-377-6963.
It's Fugazi. Fugazi.
This is Hog Reaction.
You know, there's times when I come in here and I think that I should take this extremely seriously. Like, the real, true, capital J journalist in me should just try and keep the integrity and the professionalism of this broadcast together. But when I'm in this studio, the spirit of those fellas just tends to occasionally, you know, overtake me. And, of course, I didn't get hardly any text this entire show until I mentioned that one guy, that one moron. So that's very funny. They're all pouring in right now, just basically pleading with me not to put him on. I'm not going to put him on, ladies and gentlemen. Number one, he won't call because he can't match wits with me or anybody else, that matter, that can rub two brain cells together. And, Brian, just judging off of the words that you've said, I hope you don't kiss your mother with that mouth because I know she's the only one that'll let you, but Jeez. All right, here we're here on Hog Reaction. 877-377-6963 is the number to get with us here. You are welcome to call us. You are welcome to text us. We'd love to hear your thoughts about the Razorbacks as they move on now throughout the regular season, finally finished, and they're moving into postseason play. It looks like they're going to have the SEC tournament coming up as well, and it looks like they are going to draw potentially Vanderbilt, Ole Miss, or Auburn. It looks like how things are going to stack up right now. Things could shake out, but it looks like those are going to be your three most likely opponents in the SEC tournament. Ashton, you've been pushing buttons all day, my man. What's your ceiling for the Razorback team? I know you've been kind of steady. You've been here with me all season long doing this. There have been times where we've just thought to ourselves, we're cutting down the nets, and then there's times where we looked at each other and just said, what in the world are they doing? Cal has lost the plot. But now, after a very good win today, how do you see the Hogs finishing up this season?
Well, everything is matchup. It's matchup based in March, so that's really what kind of solidifies how far you're going to go in March. But getting Knox back would be huge. It kind of reminds me a little bit of the Boogie Flan, reminiscent of that last season, but at the same time, you don't want to mess with the lineup too much, especially with how they've been playing. It's a sticky situation.
Yeah, it is a sticky situation, and I'm glad that you mentioned that right there. I've honestly forgot about the fact that Carter Knox still has the ability to come back. I know that he had surgery. He did go down to Houston and get that thing done on his leg. I believe it was his knee or something, but I know that there's still a potential that he could come back, and you're right, to have that ace up your sleeve, that would be pretty good. But you talk about the matchup base right there and in the NCAA tournament. I think that what we've seen as Arkansas fans is in the past couple of NCAA tournaments, you've been the beneficiary of having the good matchup for your type of team, if my memory serves me correct. So what do you think the type of matchup would best serve Arkansas in one of these second round games to get to one of those games with names, Ashton?
Well, you don't want to play a good front court. Yeah. I'll tell you that much. If it's reliant on guard play, I trust Arkansas. I trust D.Acuff. I trust Thomas. I even trust DJ Wagner. He's been in this position before. It's up to the leaders to take over.
Yeah, I wasn't laughing at your response. It was a very, very intelligent, well thought out response. Ron and Lamar, who's a pseudonym for Brian and those ARK, is texting in here, and this is the last thing I'm gonna say about it. It gives me lots of joy to get under his skin as he tries so hopelessly to do it here to us. Anyway. Hog Reaction here. Never know what's going to happen on live radio. We always appreciate that here tonight on Hog Reaction. The Razorbacks best Missouri 88-84. It was a very good win for Arkansas to finish out the regular season. You had great games from both Malik Ewan and Malik Thomas. One thing that I would like to see, I've seen it in the past couple of games, I've seen Nick Pringle cover ground from half court to the other block so fast. I wish he would do everything that fast and just go out there and play with reckless abandon, because I really think it could make a big difference in this basketball team just to have another body going out there and playing like Billy Richmond. That would be huge for this Razorback basketball team. But we're going to wrap it up right here. This has been Hog Reaction. Thank you so much, Ashton, for all your help so far, not only just today, but also this season, my man. You got a bright future. We're going to have you along as well for some baseball stuff, too. As always, I appreciate my good friend Matt Jones for jumping on here, as always, lending us his time and his great expertise. Like he said, there's two types of different people in the world. Those like the Razorbacks who are going to go and, get in the ice tub, and they're going to relax, and they're going to get their bodies right. Athletes of the world, and then there's folks like me. So I'm going to go relax as well, but I don't need to take an ice bath, unfortunately. All right. Hog Reaction tonight. Appreciate you guys. It's been brought to you by Sawyer, Sunrooms, and more. The Stadium Shop on Razorback and Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue. You guys have a fantastic night as the Razorbacks are looking to move into the SEC tournament and into the big dance coming up in just a minute. Hog Reaction was brought to you tonight by Sawyer, Sunrooms, and more. The Stadium Shop on Razorback. We'll have all your Razorback coverage from the SEC tournament this week as well, right here on ESPN Arkansas. All your favorites from the Chuck and Bo Show, the Morning Rush, Halftime, Ruskin and Zach, everything right here on ESPN Arkansas. For myself, for Ashton, and for Matt Jones, this has been Hog Reaction. You guys have a fantastic night, and go Razorbacks.
You're listening to Hog Reaction, presented by the Stadium Shop on Razorback in Fayetteville, Sawyer, Sunrooms, and more, and by Rudy's Country Store and Barbecue.
Whether you're feeding the office or hosting a watch party at home, Honey Baked makes it easy. From their famous Honey Baked ham to delicious sides and sandwiches, everything is fully prepared and ready when you are. And now, meet something new, Honey Baked Prime Rib. It's USDA choice, perfectly marbled, expertly seasoned, and pre-cooked to simply warm and serve. Perfect for meetings, game nights, or any gathering where great food matters. Pre-order today for easy pickup at Honey Baked in Fayetteville or Bentonville, or order online at honeybaked.com. Honey Baked, easy to serve, easy to enjoy.
There's something special about life here in Northwest Arkansas. The trails, the parks, the people. It's why we love calling this place home. At Buffington Homes, we're here to help you build yours. A home that fits your family, your style, and your life right here in Northwest Arkansas. Tour our model homes across 5 communities and see what building your next home could look and feel like. Visit BuffingtonHomesAR.com or stop by a model home to start building a home and a life you'll love.
The Hustler Pro Sales Event is happening now at W.T. Equipment. Save 20% or more on select commercial mowers, plus fleet savings from Hustler Turf Equipment before the season kicks into high gear. Fully stocked with commercial and residential Hustlers, ready for crews and homeowners alike. Built to handle